people in a pitiful way, struggling conflict. It's neither good nor bad, it just is. Everything that grows experiences conflict. When a deer is born, it is through conflict. When the seed first grows, it is through conflict. Conflict precedes clarity.
Two people watching.
You can go with the info now. Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Coming live from 1950. I'm not sure if you can hear me yet. Oh, good morning, Ruth. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody's got that powwow hangover, that 49 hangover going. You know, long weekend, but it was a good weekend. Good weekend. Love seeing my people get together, you know. Man, there's a lot of people at the powwow. Thank you. I know the committee appreciates everyone that came out. Summerfest was always good. Respect did a good job. So big shout out to Respect, for putting on some good events. There's a lot of activities going on this weekend in Concho and CNA country. So, I had to go check out the powwow. I kept wanting to gourd dance, and I didn't have a ride. I didn't have a ride to go gourd dance, but got to go enjoy the powwow. Me and my son. It's funny because he's just like, Dad, why do you know so many people? Like, I would start talking to somebody, and he would just like wander off to the side and start playing. So that was pretty funny. And but yeah, pretty good weekend. Is it Kikadoos? Is that how you say it? Kikadoos. Good morning. Good morning, Sharon. Kikadoos. Good thing we have a Pawnee guy sitting right here. So my producer is Pawnee. So we all watch our horses. Yeah, just kidding. But yeah, it was a great weekend. Like I said, I love seeing my people, felt good, long weekend, but it was worth it. It was all worth it. So, good morning, Miss Cindy. Good morning, Brother Drew. Good morning. Yeah, it was a good weekend, seen a lot of family. Felt good. Just felt good, just felt good to be in the moment. Because, there was a time when I looked at that certain powwow, as like, man, that was like a chance to show how dumb I was, I guess, you know. For years and years, I'm not just talking like 1 or 2 years, like year after year, you know, thugged out, just there for all the wrong reasons. So it feels good, you know, to embrace the culture and sit down with my son and watch everything go on, you know, kind of explain to him a little bit of what I know, you know, about just being there. You know, he had questions. Good morning, Paula. I seen Paula there. Seen Paula at the 9. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Good morning, Paula. But you know, it just felt good. Felt good to finally be there, like in the moment and embracing the culture and just happy to be there. You know, enjoyed it quite a bit. So yeah, you know, it was a good deal. It was a good deal. You know, my son had fun. You know, got to eat some good food. You know, as a matter of fact, I still owe $8 for a meat pie that I just took off with. Well, I tried to give her a 20. She's like, I ain't got change. She's like, hit me on the next round. Yeah, I was gone. Good morning, Desiree. But yeah, it was a good weekend. You know, good weekend. Really enjoyed myself. Man, there was a lot of people there. There was like people all the way back to the stands, and then I've never seen vendors like that. That many vendors. Like there was like I don't think they could have squeezed in like any more vendors. There was a lot of vendors there. So, you know, felt good, you know, felt good. And want to send my all the prayers to the people that were affected at the was it Ogallala at the Pine Ridge, you know, powwow. Man, that's you know all the prayers going to the people at Pine Ridge. You know that's horrible. You know, and I mean, and that's what I was talking about. You know, like that's how I used to look at this powwow. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised that never happened. You know, because we were a rugged bunch, you know, and that's the kind of lifestyle I used to live, you know. And luckily, I can say that, you know, thank God nothing like that ever happened. But yeah, all prayers go to Pine Ridge. You know, that's the last thing you want to hear, especially at a you know at a place like that. So, um, yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. You know, I got Isaiah just standing here, just gawking at me, smiling, big old cheese on his face. So I guess that means it's time to read this meditation. Trying to keep my cedar going. All right, today is August 5th, all day long. And, you know, we're still in the summer meditation with the Native American elders. And today it says, it is a paradox in the contemporary world that in our desire for peace, we must willingly give ourselves to struggle. Linda Hogan, Chickasaw. And then below it says, the grandfathers have taught us about sacrifice. We have been taught to pray for the people in a pitiful way. Struggle and conflict is neither good nor bad. It just is. Everything that grows experiences conflict. When a deer is born, it is through conflict. When the seed first grows, it is through conflict. Conflict precedes clarity. Everything has the seasons of growth. Recognize, acknowledge, forgive, and change. All of these things are done through conflict. Then the prayer for the day says, Great Spirit, give me the courage today to see that struggle and conflict are here to teach me lessons that are a gift from you. Wow. You know, all these readings kind of, I like to say a little prayer, before I do these readings. And when you get into Wellbriety, you hear that a lot. Conflict precedes clarity. And then where it talks about, it is a paradox in the contemporary world. I had to look up paradox. I ain't going to lie. I had to look it up, just to make sure my definition. But, it was the same. It's like absurd or a self-contradictory event, something that has to happen, that you put yourself in it. And, either you, man, I know in my life, what kept happening was the same thing kept happening over and over and over and over. I would get back with my ex. Things were going good. Then the weekend would come. And then, either she would take off or I would take off. Like this happened all the time. And I would get mad, upset, even whenever I was the one taking off. Conflict precedes clarity, and I just gotten this deadly cycle. And then what would happen was, okay, I had enough. I would finally straighten up, and then I would go to jail every time. So it made me feel like, all the good that I'm doing is for nothing. When I finally want to straighten up, then, here comes life, and this was like a deadly cycle for years and years and years. Yeah, even whenever I got into another relationship, same thing, over and over and over, until, I decided to get sober, and it wasn't until that I seen my pattern. I was in this deadly pattern, and I guess that's what working the steps of AA helped me realize, is that you get to see your pattern. And I'm not even going to lie, because I did the sex inventory in AA, that's what kept me sober. Like, hands down, like, that's what kept me sober this long. Is just getting into the sex inventory of the book. Because, I'm super codependent. Like, beyond, and I'm aware of that today. But, my kid's mother, before she passed away, she always used to say that nothing grows without the rain. And that I didn't understand what that meant, but now I can see it clearly. You got to be willing to strive for something better. You got to want something better. You got to ask the Creator, to come into your life and put His will into your life. I know what happens when I think I'm running the show. That's when I get in trouble. That's when all this bad stuff starts happening again, when I try to play God. So being able to realize that today, and realize that now the biggest struggles I've ever had in my life have become my assets and helping somebody else. And that's what this thing is about today. That's what it's all about today, is reaching back and helping the next person up, and I believe everybody deserves to be happy. And I promise you, if I can do it, anybody can do this thing, and where it talks about conflict precedes clarity. Man, that's like a perfect statement to me. You know, Don Cornelius and whoever came, whoever that nailed it right on the head. Because you get so caught up in the emotional part of what's going on in your life. You forget to be thankful. You forget, that everything happens for a reason. Yes, thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Miss Yates. But yes, I've been fortunate enough to realize that everything didn't happen to me; it happened for me, and that's a quote that I get from Michael Fiore from the Magic House. It didn't happen to me; it happened for me, so that I can grow from that and reach back and tell the next person behind me that I had to go through that, regardless of what it is, because everybody's story is different. Everybody's story, I don't care if you got 100 years sober or you got one day sober. I want to know how you did it, and I want to know what made you come to that decision that you've had enough, and you were, because basically you got to surrender to this thing. And like it says in the Western Club, the defeated don't get to negotiate the terms of surrender. So whatever that looks like for a person, I mean, you just got to give into this thing and say, hey, I need help. And sometimes we don't even know what that looks like. I didn't know, I was going to have to go 1,500 miles away to be able to come home and just live in peace. I mean, and if you would have told me that this is what I was going to be doing when I first got sober, I would have said you're completely out of your mind. So I mean, just being able to realize that and be aware that like the Creator really, I used to think God was mad at me. I used to think my life was a joke. And for a person who thought about death as much as I did, now that I'm on the other side of it and I'm living, I mean, you appreciate the little things so much more. And for that, I'm very grateful for that. I'm blessed, and I'll never quit saying that all of this is because of Mahio, the Creator, the great mystery. All of this is through Him. I can't take credit for any of this. So Nyakye, brother Oi. So, with that, I appreciate everybody that tunes in. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right into these readings.
Yeah,
So I
this
got a soundboard
guy.
and we can't hear these, but I feel like I did something good. So yeah, Talkspace. If you need online counseling, check it out. You got to download Talkspace 988 in the Tor Project. We tribal members and tribal employees, casino employees. You're dealing with grief, trauma, depression, codependent. There's a list of topics on there, and you get on there, you can match with a Native American counselor from the area. So like that's always like, and I've heard nothing but great things about Talkspace, how it helps some of my partners, people that are close to me. They need to take, they got to take counseling, and they got to get in these classes. But I guess this helps, and they've had nothing but good things to say about it. So shout out to Talkspace. Then our overdose prevention packs. Prevent losing more Native lives, to overdose and fentanyl poisonings. We will mail you Narcan fentanyl test kits, medication disposal packs, medication lock bags, wound care kits, opioid overdose symptom information, Narcan administration information, and information about more illegal substances out on the streets. The form is completely anonymous, and we will ship the supplies to you for free. To order, scan the QR code or go to our Facebook and look up Overdose Prevention Pack. Then shout out to Brand Logics for our free messaging service. Text TOR to 888-580-4TOR. And then we still have our fundraiser. The Res Recovery fundraiser. I'm going to try to get this on the screen. But those are the shirts. $25. You have it shipped to us and we'll ship it to you for free. On the shirt, I ain't gonna read that. But it's a very unique Res Recovery shirt. It's to support our Gourd Clan. We do a lot for out in the public, and it's just maybe we can help with a little bit more supplies. Whatever we got to do for the Gourd Clan. Because as you know, these things ain't always free. So, if you could help us out, we would appreciate it. And it's a unique Res Recovery fundraiser shirt. I can't wait to sport mine, but ordering them stops on August 13th, I believe. Is the last day you can order them. So, check them out. Let us know. I think they're kind of funny, starring Auntie and Uncle. I like that it says based on a true story, And then our overdose awareness event, August 24th, from 10 to 2 will be our resource fair at the Watonga Casino, Lucky Star Casino Convention Center. And back at the casino, we plan on a day full of events. From 10 to 2, we will provide lunch. A lot of, treatment resources. A lot of different rehabs are going to come. Sober livings, all kinds of just resources, for our community. As you know, Watonga was or Blaine County was one of the top 5 overdose counties at one time. I'm not sure if it still is, but I'm sure it didn't fall off it didn't go too far. So, that's right in the heart of CNA country. So, need to bring more awareness. And, since Sue calling, can't accept it right now. Hopefully they're watching. Yeah, probably just called me because I knew I was doing a live. But after the overdose awareness event, it'll be the overdose memorial benefit dance right across the way, right across the railroad tracks at the Watonga ERC, and then another meal will be provided for dinner. Come and check us out. Come show support. We appreciate all of it. And then we're still taking applications for the All Nations Res Recovery Gourd Clan Princess. There's her crown, there's her sash. We always Janet be trying to put it on. We always had to take it away from her, it's just part of it, I guess. Janet, take it off. But I believe that's it. We appreciate everybody that tunes in. Hopefully what I said today made sense. Sometimes I go back and watch, and I just be like, that didn't make no damn sense. You know, it's just part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
going
guy.
Well, thank you for tuning in, and we appreciate every single view that we get. Like, share, follow, and we will see you tomorrow. I hope.